We're going to make perfect thin crust pizza dough in the bread machine. It's very easy and quick to do. All you add is 3/4 cup of warm water. Touch it if you, like that. Then we're going to add
what are you guys making?
A tablespoon of olive oil,
Mom,
some salt, or a teaspoon of salt, and a little bit of sugar, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of instant yeast. I like the instant yeast. It's very fast. And then we're going to add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. We just close it. Time to check my pizza dough and see if how it's doing. Now, never be afraid to open your bread machine. It just keeps going, and what I'm going to do is feel it. It's a little bit sticky, so I'm going to add just a tablespoon of flour to it. No more, just add a little at a time. We'll let it play, we'll close it back up, and we will check it in a little while. Time to check my pizza dough and see how it's coming. Working well. I'm squeezing it. See how it comes together? It's just kind of nice and gluteny, but it's not sticking to my fingers, and it's moist, not dry. That's perfect. Just do nothing else to it. We'll let the bread machine finish its job. My dough is done now, so I'm going to take it out of my bread pan. Let's take it into the kitchen. It's a little sticky, so we're going to have to add a little flour here. We're just going to need a little flour, and it needs to be kneaded anyway, so it'll rise just a little bit more. Here's a trick that I use to keep the pizza from sticking to my pizza stone. Is I cut out a piece of parchment paper the size of my stone, and this is approximately it. And I put the dough on it. Then I'll set this whole thing on top of the pizza stone when we're ready to bake it. Now, I'm just going to stretch on this. Right now, I just lightly sprayed my rolling pin with some non-stick spray. And we'll just kind of work at it slowly. Get this dough. Get in the middle and push the dough out, because you'll have a tendency to get it too thick in the middle if you don't do that. We're just about there. It looks pretty good. Now, when you're making a thin pizza crust, you need to dock it. Some people have dockers, or you can roll across it. But if you don't have a docker, you just take your fork and do this, and this will keep bubbles from forming in it. Just keep it thin and crispy. We are now ready to pre-cook this dough just a little bit, about 4 minutes in the oven. So you just take your parchment paper and slide it onto your pizza peel. We're putting this into our preheated oven of 450 degrees. As you can see, my pizza stone is very hot, and I have this on the parchment paper, so all I do is kind of shake it off onto that hot stone. The pizza dough has been pre-baked for 4 minutes, and now we're ready to add our topping ingredients. I find if you add just a little bit of olive oil on it, keep this up. What I do is add, it's just a tomato sauce, and we add a little seasonings in here, a little garlic powder, and a few herbs. Find this in any grocery store. And we're just going to put this down. Now we're going to put some cheese on the bottom. Just as much as you like. We find that we like a nice little layer of cheese, and we'll save just a little bit for the top. Next we have some salami and pepperoni. So we're probably just going to alternate it like this. Do it that way. Then we're going to do some mushrooms. Moisture will come out of them. And some olives. Pick it up. It's forgiving. A little bit of yellow bell pepper on your pizza. Doesn't matter. I'm going to spray. We're just going to put a little light coating here. And then it's going to be ready for the oven. Putting the pizza back on the pizza peel, and here's my parchment paper. I just hold it up, slide it under. Now we're going to put it back in the oven for approximately 10 minutes. Our temperature is still at 450 degrees. Pizza's all done now. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
This is getting good. Because I can smell it. Wow, this is good.
You're a good ball.